How quickly can you make it to New Vegas from the start of the game with no weapons, and is it possible to kill Benny once you get there? This was going to take a lot of time, reloads, and so many deaths, but the way it ended made it all worth it. Before we get into that though, a quick recap for those of you who don't know New Vegas. This guy's Benny, and he just shot you in the face because you were carrying something called a platinum chip. Now Fallout is known for its rich narrative, so am I going to find out why he shot me in the face? Absolutely not. I'm going to see how quickly I can kill him. We start by creating our character, who I tried to make look like Lucy from the Fallout TV show. Keyword there is tried. I'm then greeted by this old man who was kind enough to nurse me back to health and help me pick my special stats. After a quick Rorschach test where I definitely see two bears high-fiving and that wasn't an option. Why was that not an option? Please tell me you see it too. I'm then let loose into the world and set my waypoint for New Vegas. But before I go, I have to thank that old man for saving me by stealing all his possessions, including his dead wife's clothes. My adventure begins by revisiting the grave I was shot dead in, because she's quirky like that and doesn't let little things like post-traumatic stress disorder get in her way of a good time. Venturing forward, I think the best way to get to New Vegas is just to walk towards it. I was so wrong and killed by giant scorpions immediately. Not one to be deterred though, I try again, making it past the scorpions and killer wasps, only to be shot dead when I find civilization. This really is an accurate depiction of Nevada. Realizing my current path isn't going to work, I try another route. Thankfully, I come across some people who don't immediately try to murder me on sight. Instead, they warn me about these things called death claws, which I assumed wouldn't be that hard to get past, and I was wrong. It was so much worse. See, death claws have this amazing ability to smell you from literally anywhere, and when they do, you're dead. I brainstormed the idea of climbing on the cliff around the death claws, and this works until I get stuck behind an invisible wall.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Eventually though, I find another way round and come across this mutant named Neil. He tells me something about this crazy woman who wants to kill all humans, but I have a crippling gambling addiction I need to take care of. So after trying to convince him to mutiny against her, I head on my way. After a lot of walking, I find myself on the outskirts of New Vegas. I meet this friendly man who tries to introduce himself by swinging a sledgehammer at my head. I soon remember I have no weapons and put none of my special points into strength, meaning punches from me are about as effective as a condom with a hole in it. So I do the brave thing and run away, only to find myself right outside where I need to be. Practically being able to taste victory, I gleefully head towards the strip, but I'm stopped in my tracks by a guy named Old Ben. He informs me I should talk to the greeter before entering New Vegas, otherwise they'll kill me. So I test this theory, and he's correct. After talking to the greeter though, I find out I need 2,000 caps to enter New Vegas, and at this point, I have none. So being the quick thinker I am, I reload a bunch of times and try to pass a skill check that lets me in without paying. This did not work, and so I done the logical next step and stole from a black market arms dealer. See, turns out if none of them are looking at you, you can just steal the most expensive weapons and resell them. I do a little bit of backtracking and I manage to sell both guns so I have enough to get into the strip. I'm immediately approached by a robot who tells me to go and see Mr. House. Turns out he's just a big computer, but he does know where Benny is and he wants me to go and kill him. So I agree to his terms and head to the casino The Tops where Benny lives. After entering the casino, I get ready to search for him, but he conveniently walks down the stairs right into me. I'm then prompted to level up my character for the first time in this entire playthrough. I pick the Black Widow perk, which allows me to seduce Benny. After not sensing an obvious plot against his life, he invites me up to his room on the 13th floor. Once I'm up there, I try my hardest to beat him to death, but no matter what I do or how many buffs I take, he always just shoots me dead. So being out of options at this point, I do the one thing I haven't done yet and agree to sleep with him. Turns out if you do this, you get the option to smother him in his sleep immediately after, which I 100% do. Not being content with just killing him though, I steal his clothes and guns, cosplaying as a dead man. And with that I answer the question how quickly you can make it to New Vegas and kill Benny, basically as soon as you start the game. Make sure to subscribe because only 0.2% of you are. Let me know what game you'd like me to cover next, and go check out my Dragon's Dogma 2 video, new ones every Sunday.